Well, good morning, afternoon, or evening. You may delete that as appropriate. I am here, Chad Lehman. I'm going to do your first EDC video. This is some of the stuff that I carry with me on a daily basis, and I'm just going to go ahead and go over that. I've been watching a lot of EDC videos here recently, and really into what gear you're taking around. And a lot of people have asked me, hey, what gear are you taking around? Well, I'm not a professional YouTuber, and I'm not a professional videographer guy, anything like that. But what I do like to do is to share with you what I'm carrying around, and if it will help you and benefit you, then hopefully we can get to it. So let's go ahead and get to it here. I'm going to start off. We're going to kind of put all these packs right here. We're going to put these two things aside. We're going to talk about those here in just a minute. But I'm going to go ahead and go with what I have on my person here, and that is always these things. I always have a knife. I've always got my pouch. I've always got my Apple Watch, my flashlight of choice, my keys, obviously, and my notepad. And I've got all these things on my person at all times. Now, what I need to be talking to you about is exactly, we'll go over the pouch here in just a second, but it all starts right here with my knife. Now, I love this knife. It's a very nice Kershaw knife. Let's turn it around. It's got a Hinderer design Kershaw knife. It's got a nice Peter Atwood tool. It's a titanium little dongle there, which is some paracord attached to it, and you can flip it open. It's really, really nice. I love the stonewash blade there. It's just really, really nice knife. And so that is my knife of choice, and I really, really like that. And that knife is about 40 bucks right there, $40 to $50 depending on where you get it. Let's move on to my keys. Obviously, I always have my keys with me, and I would really love to have something attached to my keys, but I always want to keep my keys as minimal as possible. And I don't like to have stuff attached to them. I don't like to have things going off and on and that. I love those little night eyes, little tags like this right here. I love those, but I don't want those on my keys. So what I have here is just 3 keys: car key, office key, house key, and then I have a little thing right here as a dongle to get into the work right here. It's one of those HID sensors. You just place it on the door, beep, and it lets you in. And then I've got a true utility little case here. And what this does is it's unscrewed. Let me get it a little bit closer and show you. It unscrews, and I've got a $10 bill wrapped up in there. And it's really convenient sometimes when you need some cash and you don't have any cash, and this is kind of my emergency cash stash, and that's what it's actually called, as a true utility cash stash. And that's really nice. You can also put more things in this. You can put like small pills if you have things that you take on a regular basis, like ibuprofen or something like that. You can fit any number of things in here, but it's nice and it's hollowed out. It's waterproof. It's fairly big inside there. And so if you roll up a $10 bill, $20 bill or something like that, that actually works really well. And I love this key ring right here. I've got just a little bracelet bolt for my key rings right here. And you can see that I can just kind of flip them up almost like a Key Smart. I can kind of flip them up and do what I need to do, and that's really cool. So let's put those right here. This is my WeatherMax all-weather notepad, and usually I'm a pretty big fan of Field Notes notebooks, but I'm telling you, these little memo pads are just absolutely wonderful. They've got graph paper. They've got this awesome, nice paper that you can write on, and it just, to me, writes really, really well. I can flip through them really, really easily. It always lays flat on any kind of desk that I'm working on, so that's always positive. And so I can write on the front, I can write on the back, I can do all these other different things. And it's got a lot of different helpful things on it: wood dimensions, thickness, and all this other different stuff. It's got a ruler here on the back that you can rule things down. I actually got this for $2.98 at Lowe's. And you can catch them at Lowe's.com, or you can actually look up the serial number there. You can actually catch these down at on Amazon if they're not out. So they were out when I tried to look at them, but that is the WeatherMax all-weather notepad, and the covers are really nice, thick plastic, so you can't really go wrong. I love, love, love those notebooks. Okay, let's get to the light. I like the T1S titanium through night flashlight. It's really, really nice. It's got a really nice metal feel to it. It's got a loop there for a lanyard or anything that you want. Got a really nice belt clip, although a week after I got this, the belt clips already had started loosening up. But I just tightened it up really good with some Allen keys, and it's been fine ever since. So it's got a really nice high quality flashlight right there. And if you just turn it on right here, I believe that's the lowest beam, but there's the medium, and then there's, that's actually the lowest beam is right there. It's got a very low beam setting. You can just tap it, and then you don't even have to click it, you just tap it. There's the medium, and there's the big. It's a really, really nice flashlight for using and it's a very, very small size, as you can see, in comparison to, it's only about that big, and I really like it. It's a little bit fatter than I would like, but at the same time, it's not a pin light. It's a very good flashlight. So I love this Through Night. It's the Through Night T10S, and it's really, really, really nice. You can tell I'm an amateur YouTuber because I put stuff out of frame, and so I'm sitting here looking at a monitor. But anyway, so let's get to that. And here's my Apple Watch. I really actually like my Apple Watch. I'm going to wear a watch anyway. That's my face that I use, by the way. I've got the drafts complication down here. I've got the battery power complication, and I've got a carat weather complication right there up at the top. And then you can just pull down for your notifications. You can see what time it is and everything like that. Well, good watch is supposed to tell the time. The battery lasts a day and a half. That's a really, really great little thing. Now, as we get to the crux of everything, this is what I carry with me all the time. I actually wear, if you can see it here in the frame, I wear these 511 tactical strike pants. I really, really like those, and I have this in my cargo pocket pretty much at all times. There are some redundancies between this gear and between some of the stuff that's going to be in the pouch, but what is the old adage? 2 is 1 and 1 is none. So let's go ahead and go with my wallet here. This is a Herschel little branded wallet right here. I have a paper clip. Paper clips to me always come in handy sometime, some way. You can fasten things with them, you can bind cords with them, you can do whatever you want, but I've just got driver's license, debit cards, credit cards, a little bit of cash in there. It doesn't have a lot of space for a lot of cash in there. I think I've got 8 or 10 bills in there, and so you don't really have a lot of room, but I didn't need a lot of room because I don't carry a lot of cash with me. So that's my wallet. It fits really nicely right here in the front pouch right there on the Maxpedition Micro Organizer. And let me get you a little closer look at this. It's a Maxpedition Micro Organizer. Really, really nice stuff. And so it's got one really high quality construction here. It's got double stitching on all the different things. You've got double stitching, you've got YKK zippers, not just zippers, but also zipper pulls as well. You've got a paracord pull right here, and I actually add a little Night Eyes micro lock here on, and I just do that because it's something extra to grab onto, and if I need to kind of hook it onto a bag or hook it onto something else, it's really nice. I've got a loop on the back of this one. It's really nice. This has a loop on the back of this one. You can see how they're stitched right here as well, and it's just a really nice little organizer, and I have really come to love it. I've been using it for about 3 months exclusively, and I just love it. And it opens with one zip. It's really nice, and let's look open and see what we have inside. So obviously you can fit a few little things inside of this, and I actually don't have it packed as full as you could possibly have it. But on the flip side of that is that I don't want it as packed as I need it, because I need it to be a little bit lighter so I can carry it in my right cargo pocket over here. So I've got just some basic stuff in here, and I've got a little bit of redundancy, and we'll go from left over here to right. So I've got just a pen, your standard pen. I like the Zebra F402. Really, really nice. It writes very well on the all-weather notebook, and that's just really, really nice to have. And people may say, well, you've got an iPhone, why do you need a notepad and a pen and to carry? Well, you always need a pen. You always need a pen in a lot of different things. And so if I'm going to carry a pen with me, I'm going to carry a notepad, and I'm going to carry something to write stuff down, because sometimes writing stuff down is a little bit more effective than having a phone, put it on the phone, because it could get lost on the phone, depending on what app you use. You couldn't remember where you wrote it down on your phone. So unless you've got a really great system on your phone, and you know, one thing that we always don't really understand is that phones can die, and you may need those notes at a critical time, and you don't actually have those. So that's very, very important. So I like the F Zebra pins as well. I like the Skillcraft US government pins as well. I've got one of those here in this case, as we'll get into in just a second. But I've got a little 6-inch Belkin lightning cable. This is invaluable. These things are absolutely wonderful to use on the go. I've actually got one in my car. I've got a little Jackery, one of those little USB batteries, and it's really, really great to hook up to this in a pinch if you run out of battery on your phone or your iPad or anything like that. They also make them with a micro USB connector, so if you've got an Android phone or Android tablet, you can do that. But it's just a nice small little cord that you can put there. It's really, really great. This is probably my favorite part of the entire EDC, and this is my Cadet A-locks from Swiss Army. It's a Victorinox. And I've got a little Night Eyes thing on here because I put the Night Eyes things on, the little connectors on here all the time. But this is a really high quality knife. It's a really, really great knife. It's got this nice texture on the outside. I really want to build up a collection of these knives. It's just a really great thing. This one has a couple of different tools on it. You've got a kind of a bottle opener right here, a scraper, kind of almost like a blunt edge to kind of screw something in or whatever. You've got this right here is almost a little screwdriver as well, and a scraper. It's just a really, really nice, well-built knife. Swiss Army, Victorinox, they always build high-quality things. It's just a great, great knife. And so we'll put that right there. Then we've got your standard Apple earbuds. This would work with several different other kinds of earbuds. Maybe not the ones that wrap around your ear, but for just earbuds, it's a really great convenient place to put those. And I always need to have those with me. I always need them, and I don't need to actually have them out of the case when I get home because my little boy likes to chew on them, and I have been through several earbuds as well. I got a Night Eyes little clip right here on a SanDisk. Let me zoom in here, see if I can get SanDisk 64 gigabyte flash drive. Now this is a very tiny little flash drive, and it only protrudes out of your computer by a couple of things. Let me show you here. It only protrudes out just a little bit, as you can see. Very, very cool stuff. It'll blink red when it's accessing right there. 64 gigabytes for like $25. Very, very nice. And it holds all of my music. It holds all of the important files that I need to get access to when I don't have access to cloud storage. Okay, so the last two things, or the last few things here in the organizer, I've got just a nice little cheap light from Amazon, a Hugsby XP1. And this is just a really nice lightweight light. It's got a nice little clip on it. This thing was like $9. Very nice, bright light. And 2 is 1 and 1 is none. I've already got my through night right here that I carry with it inside of my pocket, but this one is inside of my organizer, and I will have it at all times if I need it. So it's a really nice little light, pretty high quality construction, very, very small, and it'll fit right in my organizer pretty nicely. And then last but not least, I've got here just a couple of different things. I love Night Eyes materials and products, and they've got these little things that will bend and form to a shape any way you want to do them. And these are just little fasteners that you can fasten anything down, like cords or anything like that. And I just have one tucked in right here, and it's really, really nice. And obviously I have some zip ties and another paper clip, but zip ties never get old. You will always use zip ties in a lot of different things. Okay, it's a great thing to have on you. I think I used 2 last week in just random little situations. So that is what I have on me. And as a bonus for the video today, I'm going to go into this bad boy, and I'm going to show you exactly what I have in this case. This is not a everyday carry. This is obviously very, very big, but I have this in my car or with me in a bag at all times. And this has lots of different things and lots of different uses in it, and we'll go over that here in just a second. Let me move some of this stuff out of the way and so we can get going here. So this case right here is the Maxpedition Janus case, and I really like it a lot. It's got really great construction, really high quality zippers on it, really tough construction, double stitched everywhere. You've got a nice bungee cord that you can wrap all the way around here and everything like that. You've got a big Velcro area to where you can see and you can attach different things, attach a patch, attach anything that you want. I have attached my awesome Corporal USMC aviation patch from the Marine Corps that I got way back when, about probably 10 years ago at this point. But I really like this case, and I'll just go over what I've got on the outside of it because there are plenty of places to tuck stuff. I've got a carabiner, black diamond carabiner right here, because you never know what you're going to have to latch onto something or to do anything like that. Really nice to just have a nice carabiner on hand. I've also got a Night Eyes little scraper tool here that I can tuck in there. It's just a Night Eyes little thing, and it actually has a little carabiner hook that you can hook onto that stuff, but I love just being able to tuck these things in and have them not move. It's really great. You can actually go under here and put whatever you want under here. It's actually got straps right here that will actually let you fasten this onto another bag, but I don't actually do that. I just carry this as a kind of a bug out bag, I guess. I've got a large version of a smaller light that I have. This is a Bushnell Light, and I really like it. It's got a really nice rugged construction, and it's got a pretty nice decent light on it and everything. It's a really nice light to have, and it runs you about, I'd say about 20 bucks at Walmart. And really cheap light, but it's a really good light, and I just keep that kind of tucked in there because you can never have too many flashlights in my opinion. I've got a locking carabiner right here, which is really nice to have when you need to lock something up or whatever. And this one right here, I've got this really cool knife right here that I'll pull out. This is a little bitty tiny CRKT knife, and it's just a really nice, it's got a little Kydex sheath here, and it's got this is a super duper sharp knife. Super sharp knife. And this is the Spew, as you can see, S-P-E-W, the Fultz designed Spew. And it's a really nice knife. It locks into that right there. It has a nice little even pre-made lanyard that comes on it. It's really nice. I just kind of tuck that in right there. If I ever need a knife or whatever, I can do that. So that's just what's on the outside. Actually, I didn't even go over this right here, but I've got another Night Eyes thing that you can actually bend these to your specifications. It's a bigger version of the smaller one that I have. And this one is just really nice to be able to to put cords together and different things like that. So it's really cool. So I just kind of slide that in like that, and it just kind of stays there in place for me. Now let's get into what's on the inside, and there's quite a few things on the inside. And you'll notice the zippers are really nice on these bags. They're just really great. And so I've got right here in the tag, I love to use the tag for things if I can, but right here in the tag I've got a pin. You can never know when you're going to need a pin to take down insurance information in a car accident or write down a phone number for the police if you've witnessed an accident or something like that. You can never tell what you're going to have right there. And so tucked under this right here, I've got a small first aid kit. And I don't know where I found this little pouch. I don't know where it came from. It's got even a nice belt loop back here, but it's a pretty cheap little plastic kit. But it stays right in here, and it keeps all the bandages, Neosporin. I've got a couple of other different things. I've got a first aid guide in here, a couple of popsicle sticks for different things, Band-Aids with Neosporin inside of them. I've got stick pads, just a couple of really skinny things that will fit in there. And I've got also even a couple of different medications that you can fit in here. I believe this is Dramamine right here. Nope, it's Imodium. So you can fit Imodium, a couple of different things of Imodium. I got Imodium caplet in there. It's just really cool to be able to stuff all that stuff in there. So you can just toss that in there. It really goes in there, tucks in there really nicely, and zip up. I actually don't have anything on this side of the case with that. Okay, so moving on, I've got some paracord down through here, and I've just got a little ring of paracord that I thought, hey, you know, you always could use some paracord sometime. So I've got that tucked far down in here, and I've got a few longer ones than I have before, but I've got a few longer zip ties because you can never tell when you'll use zip ties as well. Okay, so tucked down in here, I've got a couple of other different tools on the other side. There's a couple more zip ties. I like zip ties, if you can't tell. This one right here is one of my favorite tools, if I can never get it out. And stuff is pretty stuffed in here. So if you're not having to use these separate different things, don't take them out. Not like me, I'm going to spend 10 minutes repacking this thing. But this is the CRKT. I love Columbia River Knife and Tool. This is the Guppy, and this is a really, really nice multi-tool. It's got a knife in it. It's got on the back side, you've got even a light right here that you can use if you have to. It's got a nice little thing where you can hold bits right here to different things. You've got something, a lanyard attachment right there that you can put. You've got a wrench that you can use if you had to. Really, really nice little area, wrench. And then all to top it off, you've got a little bitty carabiner right there that you can just slap it onto some bag or whatever like that. Really, really nice little tool. I have actually used it several times, and it's come in handy several different areas of my life. So really, really nice little tool. That's going to run you about $20 to $30 at your local knife store. I've also got something, because I can't ever remember how to tie my knots, is the Pro Knot Best Rope Tie Knots. This thing is about $4 on Amazon, and it goes through all sorts of different knots and different things. It's a nice little compact guide. If you ever need to know how to tie knots, ever need to know how to tie those different things, you got a bowline on a bite, a double fisherman's knot, constrictor knot, all sorts of different great things. And that little thing right there will set you back about $3 or $4. Invaluable to have in an emergency. And so you got these two big straps that you can pull down. It's got different things in them. But I've got just a couple of Advils. You know, you can never go wrong and not have some Advil. I've got some duct tape that I can just fold over into a nice skinny package. That's about a 10 or 12 feet of duct tape, which will fit in a, it's fairly thick, but it'll fit there, and you can actually pull it apart and use it for different things. You can always use duct tape for different things. And getting down towards the end here, I've got another Gerber tool here. This one's a really nice one because it's got a little razor blade attached to it, but it's also got a pry tool and kind of a scoring tool right here, and also a bottle opener right here. I really, really like this tool. This is the Artifact, the Gerber Artifact. It's also got a nice little bit thing in there at the end, or a window breaker. If you see fit, you can actually put some paracord on that as well. And this one's not very much either. We're talking 10 or 12 bucks. Nice, sturdy steel construction. Really, really great for that. And also, just a pair of tweezers. Nice pair of tweezers. I had the little fasteners on here so they don't tweeze anything that they're not supposed to. Is that a verb, tweeze? I don't know. But yeah, nice tweezers. You can never tell when you need to pull out a splinter. I actually had to do that the other day. Messing with some firewood, I had to pull out a splinter. So the tweezers come in handy for that. And I think one of the last tools is something I picked up at a local shop here. It's just a nice little card tool here. And it's got a scraper, it's got a different stainless steel things, it's got different bits on it, it's got even got a little saw on the side of it if you needed to do some normal different things. But this is a really cool little piece, and don't ask me where to get this because it was at a local store here, and I believe it was just one of those things, but it came with a nice little faux leather case, and it just fits right in there. And it's a really nice little thing, and I love, love, love this little tool. Haven't used it yet, but I'm looking forward to using it. So that is my Maxpedition Janus pack, and that was kind of a bonus part of our video. If you've got any questions, feel free to sound off in the comments. If you've got actually, don't sound off in the comments because I'm not going to read the comments, but go ahead and hit me up. Hit me up at my website, chadl.co. And I love to talk about this stuff. I'm just now getting enthusiastic about these different things, so I'd love to talk to you about all the different things that we're talking about with EDC. Thanks for tuning in. Go have a good week.